welcome everyone. Today you join me on the set of never-ending journey. This is the life of a gentleman racer, or a club racer, as it were. Anyway, this thing here, last time out at Brands Hatch, started leaking like me old Aunt Bessie. Turns out it's an oil leak. The only way to fix it is to get a second-hand one of these. This is an oil filter housing, and the area in question, probably easier to show you on this. It's leaking from the junction just in here. Now, thinking back on things, I think with the modification that I have for the oil cooler mod, I think I tightened the pipes. You know what? Best to show you on the car. So, this right here is the oil filter housing modification with some pipes going down to an oil cooler down in this direction. What I believe I did the last time was I over-tightened, possibly, the top of it to make sure there were no leaks the last time I did a filter change. And as a result of that, it started dripping a little bit of oil. Now, I couldn't find the leak. I have special thanks to Mike at Automotive Extras, who sponsors this car as well. You see the stickers on the side, AE Racing. And Mike discovered a little leak at that junction I showed you earlier on. So alternator has to come off. We've got the airbox off, alternator off, this off. Need to get into the pipe for the Vanos. Some good practice is to put in a new seal and put in a new pulley as well on the housing. So that's just what I'm going to do next before we start taking all this apart. So, great things, these Range Rovers, for a mobile workshop. I'm just out in the barn here, so brought all the tools with me. What is good practice is to replace the bearing or the idler pulley or the tensioner pulley. I've already done that. If you've ever got a leak in an E46 from the block on the right hand side as you face the engine, it'll probably be one of these little suckers. Let me see if it focuses in. There you go. That is a gasket. Goes right in here. I've replaced it twice already in this car, because in actually searching for this issue, I replaced one of these into the housing. I also replaced the rocker cover gaskets as well. They were well past their prime, and in fact they came out well crusty. So BMW, about 55 quid later, we got the kit for that. This was a few pence, but it does take a little while to get the old unit out. As I said, the alternator is going to come out, and everything else. Anyway, hey, the glamorous life of a racing driver. So I'm going to crack on with that. Hey, you know what? Don't know if you're interested in spannering videos or not. I've tended to stay away from that on this channel, but hey, this is what we spend a lot of our time doing as an amateur racer, is fixing the car, unbending it, and going out and doing it all again. We're just a glutton for punishment. Hey, but why not? So tomorrow, looking forward to Donington Park. I'll tag a little bit on at the end of this video. First time I've driven there. We're racing this season at Donny, so hopefully I'll get a bit of an eye in the circuit, and hopefully the car holds up as well. So here we have it, mid strip down. We've got the top end. There's the two pipes to the oil cooler. We got that removed. We got the oil filter out, and then hopefully, if this thing focuses, we've got the reservoir here for the power steering pump. We've got the alternator pulled out of the way, and I've just got 6 bolts in here to remove the housing. So if you're actually going to do the gasket that I showed you earlier, this is kind of the strip down process that you've got to go through. I'm not really sure how much of that you can see. It's a reasonable amount of work, but done it before, so I kind of know where the bolts are. Right, so several stubborn bolts later. So here it goes. Let's see if I can wriggle this thing free. Oh, it's popped off. Okay, now let's see if I can wriggle it past the alternator. Oh, if I've disconnected all the wires. Oh, we have the moment of truth. The moment of truth. This one's out and oil going everywhere. So let's get this into a safe place. Hey. So let's give you a little look inside here. Oh man, so here we have the hole that's been left. The alternator's out of the way. The power steering pump below that. Going to get a rag, bit of a clean up, just so that we don't have a smoky engine when we get it up to temperature. But hey, I tell you what, I should pay someone to do this nonsense. But hey, look at the fun we're having. Look at the fun. Well then, couldn't film last night because it got dark. It was really down to the wire, about 5 hours to complete that job, and I've still got the oil under the fingernails to prove it. You can see the car here is in one piece. I will close you out with a lap of Donington. A fantastic circuit, I have to say. Those Craner curves flat in fifth with just a bit of confidence really was inspiring. So car's back on the trailer. It's held up for today. The leak has stopped. I had one little engine management light came on early on in the session, and I did a kind of an on-off, and that reset it immediately, even out on track. So I know what to do now if it happens again. I do have an induction kit coming, which will iron out some of the possibilities, I think, in the little it kind of rubberized induction thing just after the mass airflow sensor. So I'm going to try that. Car's in one piece. 29 psi in the tires, the Nankang AR1s, worked absolutely wonderfully. And Sam McKee had a go in it as well. So I'll tell you what, I'll show Sam's lap, and then I'll show you mine. Unfortunately, the 124.2 that I did in the day, I didn't hit the record button, and that is sod's law, to be honest. So there you go, car's in one piece. It's on the trailer, ready to go back to sleep again. Till the next time, all the best now. Bye bye.